Hey guys, how are you doing? This is Madhvi from TaroticallySpeaking.com, where I blog about all the things that I've learned from and about the tarot cards. I also review tarot decks and books, and I make videos about tarot and tarot stuff on this YouTube channel. I also, do tarot card readings, and I teach how to read tarot cards. And I've also written a book which will show you how you can enhance your tarot card reading using storytelling techniques. If you're interested, all the links are in the description that accompanies this video. If you're new, welcome to my channel. And if you're a subscriber, hi. Right, so today's video, I'm going to be doing a spread, which is a spread that is super known, well known, and pretty common across the tarot world. In fact, anybody who learns the tarot absolutely knows this spread. Can you guess what it is? Hi guys! I know I was trying to be all super mysterious, guess which spread I'm going to do and all that, and I realized I was like, duh, they probably read the title of the video already. These guys know. Am I silly or what? Anyway, so as I guess you already know, I'm going to be doing the Celtic Cross spread today for you guys, and the source of information about how I'm going to be doing this spread is right from the back of the the little white book that accompanies your universal Waite tarot deck. So I mean, because there are a bunch of different variations of the Celtic Cross out there, but I'm gonna kind of stick to the traditional variation. All right, now this variation, let me just turn the page back a little bit. This variation requires me to pull out a significator card, which is a court card, and it says so right here in the instructions. Here, let me hold it a little bit closer. They've given some description based on looks, like you have your hair color or eye color, and they say that different people like cups, wands, swords, and pentacles, they look a certain way. Now if you want to go with that sort of thing, I'm cool with that, but I've heard that people like to go with their sun signs or moon signs or whatever signs they associate best with. So cups are water signs, wands are fire signs, swords are air signs, pentacles are earth signs. So usually nowadays people are also choosing the significator based on these sun signs and moon signs. And actually my sun sign is Capricorn, which then might correspond with the Queen of Pentacles card, but my moon sign is Leo and my rising sign is also Leo. So I kind of actually truly associate very much with the Queen of Wands. I mean, even if, let's say, you had said, okay, forget the sun signs, forget the moon signs, forget all of that, forget all the appearance and all that nonsense, just go with the court card that appeals to you, I would totally just go for her, because I love this woman and I identify with her a lot. It's like the first time I learned about court cards and I was getting to know them, and I'm like, so which court card do I feel the most affinity for? Which court card do I aspire to be like? And I just like, there was just no two ways about it. I'm like, Queen of Wands, who else? So because I like how she's super aggressive. That's kind of how I am myself. I am, I know I'm introverted, but I, at the same time, once I get to know you, you will also get to know that I'm quite dominating and aggressive. So it's kind of like, how do you say it? Like, if I'm being dominating and aggressive with you, it's actually a good sign. This means I like you. And only a Leo person will say that, right? So anyway, I'm gonna be choosing this Queen of Wands as my significator card. So I'm just gonna keep her here aside for a bit, and then I'm gonna be doing this spread. If you've seen all the colorful highlights, I'm gonna be following this method to just do this, pull the cards for the spread. So I know everybody more or less has the Rider-Waite or the Universal Waite on them. So if you really want to go through this material, just pick up the LWB from your deck and just have a look at it, or just follow along anyways. I'm going to be reading the highlighted portions as and when I pull out each card, so we know what we're doing. So again, this deck, as you can see, is the Universal Waite Pocket Edition that I am using, because within the limited space available thanks to the iPhone's camera span, range, whatever you call it. So I'm hoping these cards are small enough to fit in that the available screen space that I get. Anyway, I will keep looking now and then. Oh wait, I'll keep looking now and then to see if it's coming up great on the screen. All right, so the Celtic Cross spread, it is the most popular, well-known, and most widely used spread amongst tarot card readers everywhere. It's a spread that kind of every person who gets into the tarot world immediately kind of says, oh, Celtic Cross, I need to learn how to do the Celtic Cross, because hey man, it's everywhere. I get it. And so it's also a spread that most people use for doing general readings. Now, what is a general reading? It's basically the way I see it is that a general reading is kind of a starting point. As let's say you are doing a reading for a client who's kind of walked in, he or she is sitting right in front of you, and they're like, just do a reading for me. And let me see what's going on in my here and now and stuff like that, what's going on in my life. And you can say, okay, you can have a time frame in your mind. You can say, okay, how about the next 6 months, or that kind of a period, and like, okay, sure. And if you have a time frame kind of a situation, you can hold that time frame in mind, confirm that with your client, and then meditate and pull out the cards. That is an ideal way of doing it, because most people have time frame bound questions, and if you're going to be like just generally doing a reading, it's good to have it kind of bound by a time frame, because then everybody knows where within what time, even fluidly with the cards, how it happens is it's at least there is a boundary line, and that helps. Because if you tell someone something like that, it shows up in the cards and it's going to happen 15 years from now, what's the unless it's something really devastating or really, really important, it's 15 years from now still. It's like most people have immediate issues. Now, that brings me to the second way that a Celtic Cross is used, and people often use it for specific questions as well, for looking at specific questions as well. So today though, and it's again, it's the same thing, it's the same matter of technique. All you have to do is hold that issue in your mind when you meditate on the cards right before you do the reading, right? So if they come up to you and say, oh, I want to know what's going on with my career, and you say, okay, let's put a time frame to it. Do you want to know next 6 months? And they'll be like, oh yeah, sure, okay. Or they'll say, no, I want to know what happens next 3 years. Like, okay. So have that time frame in your mind, and hold the card, hold the deck, meditate on it, naturally after pulling out your significator. And this can be a lively discussion with your client about the significator. You can show them the code card and say, which ones, these are the personalities, which ones do you identify? And if they're like super confused about it, you can just go with the sun sign, which usually most people know. Moon signs, not everybody is usually aware of. So if they know their sun signs, which based on the date of birth, even you can figure out, just pull out a card that matches up with their sun sign and go with it. Okay, so here's me. I hope I'm right here. I'm going to just place the queen here, because the cards are going to come here as well. So I'm going to go shuffle this deck for good measure once again. And this spread that I'm going to be doing right now is general reading, a very, very general reading. I just want to know, say, the next 2 months, right? Right, so here's the thing again, the bigger the time frame, the more it's like taking a picture from high up above. The bigger the time frame, the higher up you go. But if you have a smaller time frame, then it's like the camera is coming closer and closer and closer. So that's kind of how I've experienced it. I don't know, others may have other different experiences. It's all right, that's tarot. It reacts differently to different people. So I'm gonna just do a reading for myself, for a very general, nothing very specific, just a very general reading for myself, for the next 2 months. All right, so I've made a fan. So now let's look at the cards. The first card, now cover the significator. So this is my significator, and I'm going to cover it because this is the card which talks about the general environment at the time, the influence with which he or she is actuated all through. So this is the general environment. See, now I'm going to keep opening the cards, and I'm going to keep opening them and reading them because let's just do it that way. So this is my sorry. So this is my general environment. And we have 6 of Cups. This right here is nostalgia, and this is kind of true too, because I'm going through this phase where I'm kind of flashbacking on various situations from my past, and I'm like thinking about it, and I'm going through it in my mind saying, what did I do right? What did I do wrong? This is very true. I am going through a phase of nostalgia, of flashback, and thinking about the things from my past, especially to do with relationships and stuff, and saying, okay, which past patterns were there that I'm working on, that I'm not working on, all that, fun stuff. All right, so the second card, put it across horizontally, and that is the obstacle. All right, so what is my obstacle in this situation here? I'm gonna go with this one and put it here. Oof, the 2 of Pentacles. All right, now the 2 of Pentacles is actually, and what I was checking actually is if it specifies, whether, how do you say if it's upright or reversed? There's no way of knowing. So 2 of Pentacles here basically is, if I can just hold it up a little bit so you can see, 2 of Pentacles, he's trying to juggle, pentacles, material things, earthly things. In my case, I'm trying to juggle my work, my money related issues, my practical, stuff that I have to do in the house, help my mom, that kind of thing. So this 2 of Pentacles is, the obstacle here is for me, for me to sit and go in this whole nostalgia phase and like, oh yeah, my, all this stuff. Thinking about it, reminiscing about it is all fine, but what's the biggest hurdle for my reminiscing situation is my practical stuff. It's daily life, it's work, that I'm so busy, I'm so occupied with all these tasks that I don't have enough time to devote to what I'm doing right now. Pretty true, very true. Wow. So now the third card is placed on top of this, on the head, and this crowns him. It represents all the best that he can arrive at, his ideal in the matter, and what he wants to make his own, but this is not his own at present. So this is what he wants to this is his desire, you can say. This is my desire, but it's not happened now. This is what I want, this is what I want, this is what I'm thinking I want. Okay, see this, I didn't, oh god, this is 3 of Swords reversed, right? So this is me trying to come to terms with the pain, and I want to get out of this heartbreak situation and painful situation. So see this, and I remember I told you I'm reminiscing about situations from past relationships, and what I learned from them and what I didn't learn from them and so on, what are my patterns, and etc., etc. And as real life kind of becomes a hurdle and barrier to me sitting and reminiscing, what I genuinely want is to come out of a maybe a painful heartbreak kind of a situation, or pain, from the past or from the present, whatever heartache that I may have accumulated so far. I want to actually kind of deal with it, or come to terms with it, figure out, okay, what are the patterns, what am I experiencing, how am I dealing with it, and I want to figure it out, I want to sort through it. Wow, okay. This is making me a little vulnerable, but okay, I'm still gonna go with it. The fourth card, this is beneath him. This will come here, right below, and this is his own. This is that which he has to work with and he can use. So this is what I have, and what I can work with, what I can use. Okay, and that is the Tower. Dun dun dun. You see this? This is what I can work with. This is what I have. The ability to completely get rid of all this accumulated structures and patterns from that emanate from my past, actually, right? I have the ability to just in one fell swoop just get rid of this stuff that has just accumulated and which has made it such a dark, dreary place, and which has kind of I've gotten stuck in those patterns. All I can do and all I need to do, honestly, is to just get rid of this and just start over. All right, and before I start over, I need to just get completely rid of this. This is what I have. I have the ability to get rid of all this stuff that I have been accumulating, all the patterns that I have been accumulating over the years. I just need to just once and for all obliterate everything and just be done with it. That's it, kind of, Cool. I like how the Tower is not a scary card, really. It shows us so many important, interesting things. Now, these two cards. Now this is where it's fun, because I've highlighted here the fifth card. Place it on the side that the significator is looking away from. So where's my queen? There she is, right? There she is. And she's looking away from this side, right? She's looking in this direction. So the fifth card on the side that she's looking away from. So here, right? The fifth card comes here. Now imagine if your card, code card was looking this side, then you would place it here. All right, so that's very interesting. So the fifth card, you place it here, and this is what is behind the querent or significator, or and this is the current from which he's passing away, and it may be the past of the matter. So this is what he's looking away from. This is the past. So let's pull out a card which is about my past right now. Here we go. Ace of Cups. Now, Ace of Cups traditionally is all about happiness and joy and all of the good stuff, which I understand. But right now, what I'm understanding also is I'm seeing all these emotions that are, water is feelings and emotions, and they're kind of overflowing, and you have all these little droplets. They kind of remind me of an excess of emotion, and maybe tears. Tears could be tears of joy, sadness, all of it. Ace of Cups, sometimes also talks about situations where emotions just pour out of you, just like they just keep pouring out, and it's not necessarily happy or sad. It's just, and finally maybe some pent up emotions are coming out. And if I'm seeing this energy of the Tower, right, this is what I have, this is what I can do, this is probably what I need to do, and that is in the past. So the energy is there to support it, is what I'm seeing, that I should just let it come out, like poof, Get out of there, get all the emotions out there. So this is the energy of the past actually, and I have been kind of feeling things. And if you just see, this is also cups, this is also cups. So you're going in the right direction in a certain way. So in the past, what I was going through is an expression or an overabundance of emotions that I was kind of letting out. Now the sixth card is, placing on the side, the significator is facing, so this side, and this is what is before him, and this is what's coming into action. So this is the card which talks about the future, and remember we said the next couple of months. So this card will also give us a big idea of what the next couple of months is all about. So here we go. Nine of Wands reversed. Now see this card. This is all about being defensive. This is all about protecting yourself from feeling hurt again, just putting up a wall. But now what happens is, because I have to heal, because I'm in the process of getting rid of all the accumulated patterns, I'm shedding excess emotions finally. Yes, and even right now I'm feeling super vulnerable, because it's like exposing stuff out there on YouTube, whatever. But the point is, it's all about getting your barriers down. It's all about getting your, dealing with the hurt. Yes, just because you got hurt in the past doesn't mean you've got to build a wall. Your vulnerability is not your weakness, it's your strength. That's something that it's kind of like a mantra that I have been repeating to myself over the past few months now. That this whole, your vulnerability is not your weakness, it is your strength. It's something I'm it's like every morning when I wake up, I look in the mirror, and that's kind of one of the things I tell myself. Your vulnerability is not your strength, because in my vulnerability is my heart, and in my heart is the gateway or doorway to my intuition. So it's my strength, really. It's not my weakness. So anyhow, so the future looks pretty good, I would say, because what I'm looking forward to, again, see all the Wands energies coming up, that I'm slowly gonna let all these barriers down. I'm gonna be open to something really nice and good. The next couple of months is me allowing that vulnerability to actually come about and be my strength. I hope I can fit the cards in here. I'm gonna try. Maybe I'll move my cards. Can I move it a little? I'm gonna move this a little. Okay, so now we have space for hopefully 4 more cards up here. So now finally, 7th card is himself, his attitude, and relation to the matter. I mean, yeah, this one, this text is dated, so it's always his. But all right, so the 7th card is again me, my attitude, and my relation, or if it's a querent, if you're reading for someone else, is the client's attitude in relation to the matter. So this future, this issue, right? It's all about this. So it's how my attitude is about all of this that's coming up. 5 of Swords reverse. So I'm not fighting myself anymore. That's the first thing that came in my mind. See, 5 of Swords is the card of conflict. I know this card shows a conflict with other people, but right now, since I'm just doing a reading for myself, and it's talking about stuff from my past that I'm kind of dealing with. So this card is talking about inner conflict. Okay, and in the reverse, basically, I'm just giving up. I'm not fighting anymore. I'm not conflicting with my own self anymore. I'm just gonna let stuff happen. I'm gonna deal with what comes. That's my attitude. I'm not fighting myself anymore. Okay. Ooh, the eighth card. His house, his environment in the affair, the influence, the people, the events about him. So, okay, so what's around me? What's, my environment and the influence that is kind of around me at this point. I feel like pulling this card. We are, ooh, Knight of Wands. I like this guy's energy. So this is, the environment around me is all, powerful, passionate, ready to kind of just go for this adventure. And this is also very true. This is a lot of deep, emotional work. Yes, agreed. But for me, it's also kind of like an adventure. I feel like, okay, once I, drop the barrier, open up, and expose this, vulnerability, and yes, I discover the strength really within that vulnerability, and as I go from strength to strength, and I thrive in this situation. It's kind of, it's like an adventure that I'm looking forward to. That's kind of there. Now the ninth card, hopes and fears. Oh boy. Okay, hopes and fears. Judgment reversed. This is also so true. Oh my God. Okay, now Judgment talks about the ending of a long-standing karmic cycle, especially like the angel comes, he blows his trumpet. It's kind of like what my teacher used to say, it's a wake-up call. So there's some sign of some incident or something you hear, something happens, and it becomes like it functions as a wake-up call, and you kind of, finally you see the light, and your a very long-term karmic cycle kind of wraps up and ends, or kind of you say, okay, this is what I need to do, these are the lessons I need to kind of imbibe and kind of end the cycle. And this is my hopes and fears, that either I will not hear this wake-up call, or B, even if I do hear it, I will not have the courage to follow through on what shows up. Or C, which is the worst case scenario, biggest fear, is that, even if I do all this, the cycle, the karmic cycle may not necessarily be completed. That's my fear, that, I'm doing all this work, but what if that this isn't how it ends? This is, or, there's more karmic lessons on this particular front waiting for me. There's more work to be done, or there's more vulnerability that I need to explore and expose and stuff like that. Oh yeah, come on. I am worried about that. Yes, it is my hopes and fear. So the 10th card, what will come? Ooh, I'm kind of, okay, I'm just gonna see now. This is something that happens, I guess, to so many of us. Now, this is the culmination point. This is like what will actually happen. This is where we tend to become either fearful or too excited. And this is where it is very likely that we might project our desires onto the reading. So I'm going to take a moment and just be very calm. I have the fear, and I'm going to be like, let it go, it's gone. All right, just do this, just visualize as if your fear is kind of leaving you in a whoosh of air. All right, whatever it is, whatever comes, I'm gonna handle it. I'm gonna totally take it. All right, so what's up? What's gonna happen? Knight of Cups. The slow and steady progress, right? Knight of Cups is someone who is progressing slowly and steadily. His emotions are on an even keel. He's also a healer. He is healing. So now I see that, okay, I will move forward slow and steady. And again, it's all about cups and feelings and emotions and vulnerability. But here, again, as the knight, I'm more in charge of that vulnerability. And I step by step, I take that and move forward with it. Now, again, many people say that if a court card should show up, I don't know if it says this here. Let me just take a quick look. It doesn't say so here, but I learned, I read somewhere that if your ending card is a court card, you can also actually pull out another card. And I'm gonna do that, I know, because I'm breaking a little bit of convention anyways. So I want to see, because this was also the card that I was kind of drawn to, and ooh, see this 5 of Wands. Now this is interesting. This is I'm loving it. Okay, now as I said before, the Knight of Cups, he is taking charge of his emotions. So the vulnerability that gets exposed does become his, my strength. And I'm going to take all of this, all the lessons and the feelings and the emotions and this thing, and I'm going to, slowly, I'm not going to be rushing through anything. I'm going to slowly figure it out and move forward. And what I can look forward to, because this is where he's walking into, is the 5 of Wands here. And traditionally, typically, you would say, oh my god, this is just chaos, this is like everybody wants to do their own thing. And I'm like, no, actually what I'm seeing here is many options. Okay, today I'm seeing some cards in a very different light. I'm seeing that, okay, a bunch of different options that take me to different destinations will show up. All right, so I think at this stage, when I reach this stage 2 months down the line, I will have a lot of different ways or options showing up in my path, which will be talking about, what I can do, how I can do certain things, because this is all about me wanting to handle or deal with these, the lessons and emotions of the past, and, the heartbreak, and how to kind of, get rid of the old patterns and all of that stuff. So now some really practical ways and methods and means and paths, because once I've kind of deleted the slate, so to speak, some new different options will appear in front of me, and there'll be a bunch of them. And now here's where I will have to sit, and again, maybe we can do another reading here at this point. This is, again, if you come up with a reading where you have such a situation show up, you can tell your client, no, we can do another reading at that point and see how you can make the best advantage, or take the best way, or which situation works better for you, which option will work better for you. In fact, this has given me an idea for another spread that I will show you in another video soon, how to figure out which option works for you. So anyway, here we have, this is what I'm seeing, that a bunch of options will show themselves or present themselves to me once I become emotionally strong to kind of handle it and take it further. The universe is like, okay, you're strong enough now, let me give you these options, now go figure it out. So this is what I think is going to happen in the future. And since we had given it a time frame of 2 months, and for a fact that 2 months down the line, I'm going to be looking at this kind of situation where I will have to now figure out, okay, out of these available options, which one should I go for? Ooh, I think this was a pretty cool spread, don't you? The general reading with the Celtic Cross. Now, what do you guys think of this spread? Did this spread make sense to you? Do you want me to also do a spread where I take a specific topic and do a Celtic Cross? Yeah, I think I would like to do that spread as well, and also this option spread. So which one do you want me to do next? Tell me in the comment section below this video. Which spread do you want me to do next? Do you want me to do a Celtic Cross, say, I don't know, focusing on work and career, for instance? Or do you want me to do a different spread, which is about how you can, make the best decision from the options that are available to you? So, I'll do both those spreads, but tell me which one you want me to do first. Okay? All right. Ooh, that was something, wasn't it? Well, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video, and I hope that you liked it. If you did, go right ahead and give this video a really big thumbs up, so I know that you liked it. And if you are a new viewer of my channel, what are you waiting for? Just go right ahead, subscribe to this channel. I make videos all the time, and it's all about tarot. So enjoy. And if after subscribing, I think if you click the bell icon next to it, I believe you get updates every time I upload a new video. So that way you can really be totally like on latest videos, up to date with everything. I also do card a day readings like every day on my Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. So every day I pull a card and I do a little mini reading about it. And every month I kind of showcase a new deck. So if you're keen on following that, just follow me on all these social media channels. The links are in the description with this video, and you can totally enjoy, new decks, seeing images from new decks, and seeing how I do my readings. And if you like what you see, and if you feel like you want some specific guidance on some specific life issues for yourself, totally, I'm more than happy to do a reading for you. Or if you want to learn how to read, I'm more than happy to teach you. I love talking tarot all day. I can just do it all day. I mean, I do it all day. Anyhow, thanks again for watching this video, and I hope to see you again soon. In the meantime, stay good, be good, and play with the cards. Bye now.